We have already understood the new physical quantity momentum, which is product of mass and velocity. Now let us understand Newton's second law. For that, let us read this. The rate of change of momentum is proportional to applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of force. Oh God, when we see for the first time, we find it difficult to understand this language. Now what do you mean by rate of change of momentum? We will do part by part. Now we know it that momentum is mass into velocity. So that much I know. So change in the momentum means there should be some initial momentum, should be some final momentum, right? So as you know, we have the initial velocity as u and final velocity as v. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. So mass of the object doesn't change, right? It remains the same. So the initial momentum will become mu and final momentum becomes mv. Now they say change in the momentum. Change in the momentum means final minus initial. That means mv minus mu. Correct? Now they say rate of change of momentum. Now whenever the word rate comes, what do? Yes, we divide by time. So rate of change of momentum, that is mv minus mu upon t, is directly proportional. I hope you know this sign from the mathematics. Directly proportional to the applied force. And the change of momentum occurs in the direction of force. So let us do this mathematically. So we say that suppose an object m has the initial velocity u. When the force F applied in the direction of velocity for time v, its velocity becomes v. So initial momentum is mu, final momentum is mv. So change in the momentum upon time, that is the rate of change of momentum, is mv minus mu upon t. Now we being math students, if something comes common, we are ready to take it. So we are taken m common from both of this. So when you take m common, what do we get? M in the bracket v minus u upon t. Now what this part? Have you come across this part? V minus u upon t somewhere? Yes, it is formula for acceleration. So instead of v minus u upon t, can I write a? So how my formula will become? My formula will become m into a. Correct? So m into a. So according to the Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum, that is this part, rate of change of momentum, what we got last May, ma, is directly proportional to the applied force. So ma is directly proportional to the applied force. Here it is mentioned. Correct? So this is what is the Newton's second law. Now children, whenever we are removing the proportionality sign, we have to introduce the constant of proportionality. So it will come as ma is equal to some constant, say constant pk, into a, f. Okay, or I can say some say k1 into F, some constant. Now take F, keep F on this side. That will be 1 upon K1 into MA. This is equal to F. Now this 1 upon K1 I give a name as K, and then I try to find out the value. When mass of the object is 1 kg, it produces the acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Then we say that 1 Newton force is applied. So ultimately what happens is this value of K comes out to be 1. Okay, so what exactly we get, ये सब चला जाता है, and we come across the formula MA is equal to F, or F is equal to MA. So this is what is the formula which is derived from Newton's second law. So let us revise Newton's second law. I am highlighting it. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of applied force. After understanding the Newton's second law of motion, let us have the application of it. Now consider two objects having different masses which are initially at rest. Initially at rest means your U is 0 for both. So U1, U2 both are 0. Suppose a force Fx for time t, आपने अपने हाथ से force दिया for time t on both the objects. So what will happen? The lighter object moving faster than the heavier one. Correct? So however, from the above formula we know that the rate of change of momentum, that is F, in both object is same. By your hand only you have moved it, so it is same. So total change in their momentum is also will be same, because what is F? F is nothing but a rate of change of momentum. So if F1 is equal to F2, so rate of change of momentum will be also same. Okay, that is Ft. So thus the same force is applied on the different object, the change in momentum is same. See, I am not saying the momentum is same, I am saying change in the momentum is same, because we had observed the change in the momentum is nothing but the force part, right? So change in the momentum, if you applied both the force same, the change in the momentum will be also same. तो क्या होगा, हैवी ऑब्जेक्ट है वो थोड़ा ही जाएगा और लाइट ऑब्जेक्ट है वो ज़्यादा जाएगा. सो दैट यू नो द प्रोडक्ट m इंटू वी रिमेन्स द सेम. व्हाट इज़ मोमेंटम? मास इंटू वेलोसिटी ना. सो इफ ये है, इनका प्रोडक्ट सब सेम रखना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई विल जस्ट टेल यू, let us consider this ball. This is a small plastic ball. Say it is having the mass as 20 grams. Okay, and this big football ball has the weight 60 grams. On both the force is applied, F, same force is applied. So till where this it will go? Say it will go, suppose this goes to 6 centimeter. It moves 6 centimeter and then it stops. So can you tell me what distance will be covered by this football? mass into velocity, product 20 into 6. How much? In just 1 second. Yes, time is 1 second. So 120 ग्राम सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड, एक ही सेकेंड में मेजर किया है. सो हाउ कम वी विल गेट 120 here from 60? 60 multiplied by 2 will give 120. So this particular ball will move 2 centimeter, so that the product becomes the same. So in 1 second this plastic ball will move 6 centimeter, whereas the football will move 2 centimeter. So heavy object moves lesser than the lighter one. Now mathematically, is it clear to everyone? Okay, now we'll go ahead.
Yes, miss.
So they have shown here the ball, football is stopped here, whereas the plastic ball has moved further. Now once we have learned about all these things about the force, the new quantity which we have learned today is force. Now the unit of force in a SI system is Newton. Now Newton, in the remembrance of the scientist Newton, the unit is told in Newton. I'll just tell you one important thing, children. When we say this Newton and this Newton, there is a difference. When I say Newton with N capital, then that means I am talking about the scientist. I am talking about the scientist. But when I write Newton in this manner, that means I am talking about the units. Okay, so this small difference, what is there, nobody is going to explain to you because it is not a part of your textbook. But from the observation you can always see. Whenever in maths you write down centimeter, meter, how you write down? You write down in a small letters only, na? Have you ever used capital M or capital CM? No, we don't use. Now have you thought of that? Why teacher or the book doesn't have that? It's a rule, children, that units should be always in small letters. Okay, always the unit should be written in a small units. So meter, centimeter, second, all those things will be written in small letters. So if you want to write down Newton as the unit of force, you are going to write down Newton. So please do not write N capital here. If you write N capital here, I will cut the marks for the same. There is another shortcut way. आपको अच्छा लगता है N लिखना ना? So the new way of writing Newton is just one letter, capital N. So if I wanted to say that a force is of 5 Newton is there, 5 Newton, so I can write down as 5N. But remember, there you are not going to write down complete Newton. You are just going to put a symbol. Clear?
Yes,
So either you have to write down the complete word Newton on small letters, or you have to write down just capital N. These are the two ways you can write down the units of force. Now let us define it. How we did it? What we got? M into A is equal to F. This is the formula which we got, right? And this is nothing but I told as 1 Newton. So 1 Newton. What is mass ka unit? 1 kg. And acceleration 1 meter per second square. Correct? So 1 Newton is nothing but 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. And the CGS, the unit of force is dyne. DYNE, dyne. So that is nothing but सेंटीमीटर, उसके बाद kg का हो गया ग्राम. So ग्राम सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. ग्राम सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर is called dyne. So we have now MKS and CGS unit something new, Newton and dyne. These are the two units we are going to remember today. Now once the things comes, fine, Newton, dyne, the another thing which comes in our mind is what is the relationship between them. Now relationship matlab we say na 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter, 1000 gram is equal to 1 kg. So how many dynes is equal to 1 Newton? अभी तो ये पता नहीं. So let us calculate it. So we have 1 Newton is 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. 1 kg is how many grams? 1000. So 1000 into 1 meter is 100 centimeter upon 1 second square. तो वो सेकेंड तो दोनों में सेम ही आता, तो सेकेंड लेट इट बी. सो इट मीन्स 10 के बाद मतलब 1 के बाद में कितने ज़ीरो? 3 यहाँ पे, 2 यहाँ पे, 5 zeros, 3 4 5 zeros, this much gram. So gram centimeter per second square, this is nothing but dyne. And 10 के बाद में 5 zeros, it means 10 raised to 5. If we write scientifically, it will be 10 raised to 5. So children, we got the relationship. 1 Newton is 10 raised to 5 dynes. So when we come across the units, we should know the relationship between the units also. It can come in your fill in the blanks that 1 unit is equal to, so you need to say that 10 raised to 5 dynes. Now a practical application of it which you are going to answer by next period. One thing which teacher is going to ask you directly, Newton's second law. Come on, state Newton's second law. Another application of it is the question, why is a thick bed of sand for a high jumper to fall on after his jump? Can you see this? ये ऐसा इतना बड़ा थिक बेड क्यों लगाया होता है? फॉर द हाई जंपर्स व्हेन दे जस्ट फॉल. व्हाट इज़ द रीज़न? द रीज़न इज़ कनेक्टेड विथ न्यूटन्स सेकेंड लॉ.